founded the Creativity Conference because I wanted to create an event that had no agenda, where we could explore the essence of creativity. And just to set up what that means for me, my definition of creativity is any intentional decision. And the reason I think that's important is because for you to make an intentional decision, you must first embrace what is real. And I believe that reality is far, far more beautiful than our imaginings of it. Whatever you are imagining, whatever you're half remembering from the past or fearing might happen in the future is nothing compared to the fact that you can breathe in and breathe out and feel your body. People talk about 5 senses. I heard recently it's like 28 really. You are an incredibly sensual being. You are picking up information all the time and you're actually imagining it. It doesn't come directly into your conscious mind. So everything that you perceive, soak it up and just consider that this, however bad a day you're having, compared to annihilation, compared to nothingness, compared to not existing, this is awesome. True story, my phone didn't charge last night and I woke up when I was due to arrive here. And that's my excuse for not ironing this shirt. You're welcome. But what an amazing opportunity. And in particular, I want to encourage, just remember that love is a better guide. Like if you're afraid of something, use fear as a weather vane. You know, the weather vane points to where the wind is coming from. It doesn't point to where the wind is going. So always go in the opposite direction to fear. You'll usually find yourself in the right place. And you'll know if it's love and not fear, because if it's love, you'll feel energized. You'll feel like, oh, I can miss a meal, it's okay. Oh, I'm tired, but it doesn't matter. But if you feel yourself feeling like, oh, I'm dead inside, I don't want to be here, try another way. I also wanted to encourage just one idea for artists in the room, for creative minds. Now, I was saying before that to make an intentional decision, you need to embrace what is real. But then you need to make decisions about the future of that real thing, which means you're participating in the creation of the future. You might not get what you want, you might not get what you expect, but you are an active participant in your own life and in the lives of those around you, which means life's not happening to you. By the way, it has never been. You are happening to life. You are not a passive witness to your life. You are a full-time, engaged player in this game. And although we live in a culture, as I'm British, you probably didn't notice, I'm British, most of you are probably American. Our cultures encourage us to passively accept and absorb what's happening to us. But it's not true. We're encouraged to evade and avoid the outcomes, the consequences of our decisions. You don't get to avoid them. You can hide from them, but they'll find you. You are making choices every day, and you are living out those consequences. And one of the choices that you get to make is to connect with other people. So I want to encourage you to take up a daily practice. Try this out for 1 week. You'll thank me later. For 5 minutes a day, set an alarm on your phone, 5-minute timer, and just choose for 5 minutes to think about yourself, but not judge yourself. Pretty scary. And tell your brain, don't worry, I'll get back to judging myself in 5 minutes. It's coming right. I know, brain, you're not going to let me forget all of the things that I'm doing wrong, that are bad about me, the way I look, the way I feel, blah, 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 blah. I'll be right there in 5 minutes. But for 5 minutes a day, just examine yourself. Really look deeply into yourself. And you will discover you're really nice. Seriously, you're really nice, and you're much more attractive than you think you are. I gotta say, I'm seeing a lot of beauty here, right? So 5 minutes a day, and then what you'll discover is that everybody else feels the same way. And if you let other people know that you're not judging them, that you embrace them as they are, that you embrace yourself as you are, you might discover your next creative collaborator. You might discover somebody that you want to change the world with. So I encourage you to do that. Alan Watts, who is a phenomenal. He brought Zen to the West years ago. I'm a big fan. He always said that the only way the universe, the only way you could be exactly what you are, exactly to the molecule what you are, is if the rest of the universe is exactly everything else. It has to be exactly everything you're not. Which means that in order for the universe to be exactly what it is, you have to be exactly what you are. There's a relationship. And that means you might feel like, oh, my ideas aren't original, I'm just like another person, I don't know what I'm doing. By the way, nobody knows what they're doing. Let's be clear. Nobody. We're all making this up as we go. Thank goodness we at least agree on mostly what words mean and we can communicate. But your contribution to this world is absolutely necessary and is absolutely unique. Only you can bring to the people around you and the world at large exactly what you do. Lean into that and trust that the universe has got your back. I was trying to remember that you've got paranoia, which is, it's only paranoia. It's not paranoia if you know they're out to get you, right? That's the paranoia. But what's it called? Pronoia? I forget. Pronoia is the belief that the universe is actually on your side and so is everybody else. Let's go with pronoia. And with that, I will hand you over to Mike, who's going to say a few words, and then we'll get started with Ryan. Thank you.
This is the third time, as Maxim said, Dr. Jago, that we're holding this creativity conference. It's really exciting for me because I'm a designer, I'm an artist, and I'm a technologist. So I get to sort of do all three things all at once sometimes. And me hearing from all of you and our speakers is what makes this day special for me. I'm going to say just a few things about what we're doing at Microsoft in this garage. This is really part of the Garage program is a worldwide innovation program, meaning any employee anywhere in the world can take their ideas and try to make them real through the Garage program. We run the world's biggest hackathon every year. So if you know about hackathons, we had 76,000 Microsoft employees join us last year worldwide, which is pretty great. Created 10,000 projects, everybody had a good time. But the most important thing in the hackathon was not that people made these amazing technology projects or community-based projects, it's that they got to grow as people. They got to learn new things. So I think that that's a lot of what we're trying to do today is learn something new, maybe grow a little bit, meet some new people. I will say something very, very quickly about what you may hear later today and what you may not. A lot of people come into the garage fretting about artificial intelligence. Is it going to kill creativity? Is it going to kill my career? What should I be doing about this? Why are you letting this happen? Let me tell you something. This is going to happen whether you want it to or not. Okay, so you cannot bury your head in the sand and think it's going to go away. You cannot stand on the sideline and wait for it to just sort of, blow past. The thing that we have to do together is figure out how to use these new technologies to our benefit. Throughout history, and I'm sure Maxim can tell you all the important parts of this, throughout history, artists have always embraced new technologies, whatever that was, to help their creativity, to be more, let's say, out of the box, right? When something new comes along, like musicians do this all the time, they embrace the new and they experiment. So in the garage, we are all about experimentation. We love being able to try things out and see if it works or not. And if not, we move on, and if it does, wow, there's some signal there that maybe we should keep going. So I would encourage all of you to start to experiment, even just a little bit, with some of these new technologies, whether it's ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot or whatever, image generators, the new video products. Just see what they could do creatively. There's companies like Adobe and Microsoft and others who have said, you know what, we understand that you're concerned that we've been ripping off artists and using their artwork to generate new things. They actually are indemnifying, meaning Adobe and Microsoft are standing behind the products that generate imagery and in the future video, saying, you know what, we have properly licensed the image that's been the source material for the things that we generate new and allow you to go off and use. So the industry is paying attention to a lot of the, let's say, backlash that happened when this first came out about stealing stuff from artists. And we've tried to adjust the tooling and the systems that we build in general to try to address that. Does that mean that it will be perfect? No. Does it mean that we're still at the very beginning? Absolutely. This is the absolute very beginning of this new age of being able to use AI to help creativity. and help us do things that we could never do before. When people ask me what is most exciting about artificial intelligence to me, it's clear. It's an amplifier for your creativity, right? It gives you superpowers you are never going to have. I love concept cars. You know, like you see these beautiful sketches of these cars that are never going to exist. As an artist, I wish I could be a great concept car drawer, but I'm never going to do that. I never will have enough time to learn how to do that. AI tools can help me do that in seconds. It can help me to do something I've always wanted to, and I just would never have the talent or the time to be able to do. And there's something like that for each and every one of you. I know there is. So please take the time to just explore, experiment, learn. Thank you for being in the garage, and let's get the show started.